Good morning. Happy Saturday. I just left a Bikram yoga class and I feel fan-freaking-tastic. And I wanted to come on and just answer a quick question that someone had sent me in regards to the fasting video that I did yesterday. So, do you feel like you're going to pass out? There was a certain point during my fast where I definitely felt lightheaded. And because I had researched thoroughly and kind of understood what to expect, I did feel, I don't want to say like I was going to pass out, because I personally don't choose to use that language. I would say that I felt lightheaded and I felt kind of weak. And so what I did when I felt that way was I utilized the amazing, beautiful gift that God has given me called my breath. And I really, because lightheadedness or feeling like you're going to pass out is really a lack of oxygen. So when you feel like you have a lack of oxygen, the best thing to do is to get more oxygen into your body by breathing. So taking deep breaths really helped me in terms of managing how I was feeling during the fast. Yes, there were certain times that I did feel a little bit weak and a little bit lightheaded, but good morning. My body, your body is undergoing a complete molecular restructuring, okay? And the fact of the matter is that most of us have food addictions. Pretty much, mostly all of us have food addictions. And I'm just going to talk about my own self. There was something that happened on the 6th day, and I noticed myself have like an emotional response and like immediately want to go get something to eat. Stack dollars, I don't know who you are, but you're really showing how little self-esteem that you have for yourself by speaking to me that way. But we don't speak like that on this live, so you should go somewhere else and find someone that you actually vibrate with. But yeah, like I noticed and observed myself immediately wanting to go eat, immediately wanting to go and like get some queso, get some chips, and get myself distracted by food. And I think that's what most of us do. And if I really think about my life and look back over my life, that's what I have done for the most part is, when I feel good, I want to go get something to eat. When I feel sad, I want to go get something to eat. When I'm happy, like it's always in regards to emotional responses. And then even like when I ate again, after I broke my fast, I noticed myself kind of eating after I was already full and, wanting to just experience the taste of it. Yes, God. So let's see these comments. You could never, I could never be your girl. And actually I'm gonna block you after this live. Do you have any remedies for infertility? Honestly, I would say a remedy is I would want to have probably a private consultation with you, but I definitely would try steaming. First and foremost, I would look at your eating frequency. If you're eating from early in the morning to late at night, you are not doing your body any service, especially if you have an imbalance such as a blocked tube. Let's see. So I am currently fasting again. I did, so this is the thing about fasting, and it's not about just never eating, but it's about the frequency of eating. So what happens when we eat is we actually spike our glucose, and that should not be happening multiple times a week. It should really not be happening more than once a day, or less if possible. So what I'm looking at now is, so what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to fast until Tuesday or Wednesday and then eat again. So, and here's the thing, because I have excess body fat, I can afford to fast. Like on a cellular level, I have enough fat because fat is simply food that we've already eaten that has not been processed yet. So when you stop eating, you allow your body to switch from being lazy and basically using whatever you just shoveled into it that day to actually having to work and go and use your fat cells. So because I still have some body fat that I want to lose, I am definitely going to do some continued intermittent fasting, well, continued prolonged fasting. And then once I'm at my ideal body physique, I will go to intermittent fasting, where I'm pretty much only consuming one meal a day or eating within a very tight eating window. Let's see, is there any other questions? Yeah, so I'm on this journey myself. I don't want to be like too preachy and teachy about it until I've actually gone through the full I want to test myself as a guinea pig. And I fortunately have a lot of integrity, and I'm not going to try and like sell you something or teach you something that I don't fully understand. So I'm still kind of going through this process. I'm just being transparent about what I'm doing, and I'm allowing, my actions to speak louder than my words. And, the phrase, what you do in the dark comes to the light, that's very true. And I think a lot of times we look at that with a negative connotation, like, oh, if you do bad stuff, everyone's going to know about it. But guess what? If you do good stuff, everyone's going to know about it. And, our bodies are pretty much the main, gift. This is like a tool. This is like an amazing gift that we've been granted, and we really need to be mindful of taking care of it properly, not just for aesthetics or outside looks, but actually on the inside, and making sure that we're having an amazing quality of life and prolonging our life. And fasting has been shown also to really lengthen lifespan. It is okay to DM me in regards to your fertility question. Absolutely. And I do just want to say that as I was researching a lot of different information about fasting, a lot of evidence came up to healing a lot of types of different diseases: cancer, herpes, endometriosis, PCOS, fibroids, diabetes. So this is like a tool. This is like a really valuable tool. And if you think about most religions or spiritualities, they all pretty much incorporate fasting as part of their routine. Now, I don't know how many modern day Christians are actually willing to go on a 40-day fast like Jesus did, but we can't ignore the fact that that was a prominent story and prominent part of his spirituality, was to allow himself to be clear and clean. And I also will say, like I mentioned yesterday, fasting really gave me a sense of mental clarity. Even now, I just feel like a different level of consciousness. I feel like I'm able to really be a lot more discerning. Like even, that person that like said something crude, kind of like, it did kind of catch me by surprise. But if you noticed, I was just like, that's not even like, I can't even resonate with that. You know what I mean? That's irrelevant to me. And I think that's one of the major benefits I also noticed, especially with my children. I have small children. Like, I was so patient, and not that I'm impatient, but I definitely can be. But I noticed I was super, super patient with them this week. Like, it was like, no matter what they did, I was just very compassionate. Like, oh, it's okay. Like, my daughter can be a little naughty sometimes. They both of them, not even just my daughter, both of them can be a little, they're not toddlers, they're 4 and 6. So, they're definitely into, trying to manifest whatever the hell they want. And, sometimes that can come along with some certain types of behaviors. Yes, God. So yeah, I'm really interested in continuing to, again, use myself as the guinea pig. I look pretty good, if I do say so myself. Fasting means you're not eating. Like, you can try, like they say a juice fast is technically not a fast because you're still consuming calories. Fasting means you are abstaining from calories completely. It is very disciplined, and if you want to get serious about your health, then you need to be disciplined. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I really want to encourage everyone to not look for band-aids and not look for the easy way out, because life doesn't work that way. You have to be willing to do some work to get where you want to be successfully. And if that's optimal health, then you need to be willing to go to an extreme. Like, if you are, willing to have a doctor sit there and tell you that he's going to play God and cut your organs out or do something inside of your body to your organs, that's pretty extreme to me. I think if you are willing to even consider that, you should probably be willing to consider being extreme on your own accord. And how about you play God yourself and be your divine healer, your own self, because God has given all of us the ability to heal our own bodies. And again, fasting is a tool that's used in every single sacred text. Yes, God. So, yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much for asking questions. I know a lot of people had questions about fasting, and I also really want to encourage you to do your own research. We need to be a lot more diligent about being proactive about our own lives. Like, anything that I tell you I can give you my experience, but I can't give you like medical, like you need to Google. That's part of the work. If you want to change your life, you have to do your own work. I fasted for 7 days, and I drank spring water, and then I used a tiny bit of baking soda and a tiny bit of pink Himalayan sea salt in the water to ensure that I had proper electrolytes during the fast. And I am a pretty active person. I did notice that I was not as active during the fast, obviously, because my energy was a little bit it was different. We're basically asking our body to switch its whole fueling system. Our body is basically pretty spoiled in being able to, oh, I'm hungry, let me go eat something. Like, oh, I'm hungry, okay, let's sit with that. What does that mean? Because the thing about it is fasting is not just about the weight. It's not just about the weight, and it's also not just about trying to get rid of a disease. It's about your own personal development. It's about you being willing to commit to something. It's about you being willing to be disciplined. It's about you being willing to follow through. It's about you being willing to have integrity with your own self. Because guess what? If you're not willing to do those things for your own self, don't expect anyone else to show up in your life and do it for you. Whether it's your friends, whether it's your partner, whether it's your mom, whether it's your dad, like, you have to be what you're looking for. So yeah, and it's like, the first thing a lot of people ask me is like, well, what did you have to eat? Nothing. I didn't eat anything. Like, stop focusing on what you can have to eat and start focusing on stopping eating and focusing on getting yourself mentally prepared. And I will say, like, it's not for everybody just to go and start a 7-day fast. I definitely did intermittent fasting first, and then I moved to 1 meal a day. So I kind of tightened my eating window every day, and that's the whole science behind fasting, is that when we eat something, we eat way too many times a day. Like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is a marketing tool. Like, straight up. Like, back in the day, our ancestors did not eat that many times a day. They ate probably once a day or once every other day. So what happens is when you eat your food, your body goes into this mode of like trying to digest the food. Like, that's always going to be the number one priority. So when you eat something again before your body has finished digesting the last thing you ate, now your body has to push everything that it didn't digest over as fat and try to digest the next thing that most of us are poisoning ourselves with, because most of us are not even really eating healthy food. So over time, that compound effect is that we start getting fat. We start having rolls. We start having all this excess food that our body has stored because we are gluttonously continuing to consume food and not allowing our body the opportunity to process the nutrients out of what we've eaten. So it's just like, here, stored over there like a chipmunk and a squirrel. Like, if you think about bears do this. They eat their pigs all summer, and then they lay down all winter and let their body fat eat itself. Like, that's what happens. Yes, God. I did have a smooth transition out of the fast. I went ahead and so when I broke the fast, I had apple cider vinegar, baking soda, and then a shot of lemon juice, and then I made a really nice vegetable salad with some cucumbers, tomatoes, red onion, a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette, some feta cheese. Oh my God, it tasted like heaven. That's the other thing. Like, my taste buds have completely changed. Like, I wanted fruits and veggies. Like, something happens, I think, once your body goes through all that fat and like starts running more pure and clean, like, you actually start craving really healthy foods. So that was really good. And then I made a fish dish. So I had like zucchini noodles. They were like lemony garlic zucchini noodles, and then there was like halibut on the side. Yes, God. So it was so good. Like I felt like, and then the thing was like, it was hard for me to like eat because I was full, obviously, because my stomach wasn't used to eating. But then again, I noticed myself like wanting to eat more of it because it tasted good. So like, and that's the thing, it's like it gives you a lot of be able to reflect on yourself. Like, am I eating because this is pleasurable because it tastes good, or am I eating because I'm hungry? And most of us are just eating for the pleasure part of it. I would love to be involved in that. I would love to be involved in that, but I will say I'm not a vegan, and I don't necessarily support veganism all the way because I don't really think you can. Well, I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to say that I'm not a vegan, and I don't think that veganism is for everyone. But I see it says veganish, so I resonate with that word, veganish. I get that. You know what I mean? I think it is very important to ingest whole foods. Yes, God. So anyways, I'm going to go and contact me, please send me a DM. I'm going to go ahead and I blocked that fool from my live. Like, get out of here, dude. I'm going to go and finish up my journaling for the day. I'm really excited. And I like feel so good, y'all. Like, I feel like, so when I did eat, I feel like I have so much energy. Like, I feel so creative. Like, I really want to go create today. Like, I'm really just going to hole up and just create today. Like, because I feel like because I deprived myself for so long, and when I do eat now, like I can really feel the fuel. And oh, and by the way, something else that I noticed, thank you so much. When I was in yoga, I could smell the food that I ate, like literally through my skin. I was like, wow. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to continuing this journey. About to be summertime. Finally, honey, about to get it all the way together. Yes, God. But like I said, I highly encourage you to look into it yourself. I definitely will. Once I feel like I've kind of mastered my own self with this whole process, I will be sharing the information and making it available. But definitely go check out my YouTube channel because I will be uploading this video and the one that I did yesterday around fasting. And I also have been documenting my journey. So I've been taking pictures of myself every single day, and I've been taking pictures of the scale every single day. So once it's over, I will be able to, have a whole entire, like from start to finish, this is the transformation. Yes, God. So thank you so much for joining. Have an amazing weekend, and I will talk to you soon.